Now we got it. Sometimes Lord Krishna grew tired from fighting and lay down at the base of a tree. Resting upon a bed made of soft twigs, and buds, and using the lap of a cowherd boy as his pillow. Commentary. Text 123 and 125 are from Brihad Bhagavatam. Here Sukadeva Goswami describes some of the services the cowherd boys did for Krishna while he rested in the forest. These pastimes are part of Krishna's Boganda Lila, or tending the cows, of Sri Vrindavan forest. Krishna would enjoy lying down in the rest at various times. When fatigued after wrestling with his friends, for instance, or in various places, such as the cool, breezy shore of the Jamuna, to rest comfortably, he would choose the base of a kadamba, tamal, or other tree with ample shade. Anticipating Krishna's daily pastimes, the goddess Vrinda would have beds of flowers, leaves, and young soft twigs waiting at the base of these trees. And sometimes Krishna's Gopa friends would arrange this bedding when they arrived. Even though Krishna lay down on only one bed at a time, Srila Sukadeva Goswami refers to the beds in plural, either because many devotees were involved in making them, or simply out of great respect for the paraphernalia of Krishna's pastimes, or else because the cowherd boys would compete to make several different beds, and Krishna would expand his universal form and please all the boys by simultaneously lying down on each bed, unseen by the makers of others. Krishna would accept as his pillow the lap of his most intimate friend, Srimati Radharani's brother, Sridhama. Some of the cowherd boys, next verse, who were all great souls, free from all sin, would then massage his lotus feet, and others would expertly fan him. Commentary. When Krishna's cowherd friends, who loved him so much, saw that he was fatigued, many of them responded immediately, doing whatever they could do to relieve his fatigue. His discomfort in the flurry of activity. The boys were overcome by ever-increasing affection for him. Many boys would massage his legs, either one boy at a time in turns, or else all the boys massaging various places at once. It may also be that to please his beloved friends, who all wanted to serve him in this way, the Supreme Lord manifested his all-pervasive form without leaving aside his form as the son of Srinanda, and allotted a huge crowd of cowherd boys to massage his feet simultaneously, each unseen by the others. Thus Krishna displayed his supreme powers even in his childhood pastimes, as expressed in the later verse of the Bhagavatam by the words Isha Chestita, exhibiting feats only God can perform. With this in mind, instead of taking the word Mahatmana in this verse to refer to Krishna's friends, we can take it as referring to Krishna, the Supreme Soul, in these pastimes. Krishna demonstrates the greatness of the Supreme Being even more convincingly than in God's typical activities like creation. In these childhood pastimes, Krishna shows his power to enchant the entire world with his sweetness. Sukadeva Goswami speaks of Krishna's friends as Hatta Papmana, persons who have had their sins destroyed. For ordinary pious persons, Whatever contradicts the principles of religion is sin. But for devotees of Krishna's Supreme Lord, sin is anything that obstructs pure devotional service, and that his sense applies here. The cowherd boys of Braj have not the slightest inclination to do anything that does not please Krishna himself. Is also called Hatha Papmana, in the sense that he destroys the sins of all the worlds by displaying his glories for everyone to hear and chant. One more text. My dear king, other boys would sing songs appropriate to the occasion that would enchant Krishna, and the hearts of the boys would melt out of love for him. Commentary. Some of Krishna's friends sang songs with sweet, gentle melodies, just right for his nap time. This encouraged him to fall asleep quickly. Krishna is the most exalted of persons, graver than the combined depth of millions of oceans, but these songs fascinated him because they described his loving dealings with the gopis, and his mind was strongly attracted even to the parts of these songs that merely glorified his devotional service in general ways. It may be that here Sukadeva Goswami uses the word Mahatmana ironically. Unable to control his ecstasy, Sukadeva Goswami calls Krishna great soul, with the understanding that Krishna is actually the prince of womanizers, who shamelessly indulges his lusty propensities in stealing the clothes of the cowherd daughters, making them appear naked before him. The song sung by Krishna's friends for his pleasure inspired intensified prema, which melted the boys' hearts. They sang softly, their voices choked with tears of ecstasy. From this we can know that even though pure love for Krishna arises in the course of all kinds of devotional service, it appears most quickly and fully when one performs Sankirtan by singing songs dear to Krishna and otherwise glorifying his name and fame. And we know the most dear is this Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And Sankirtan means everybody kirtan, not just one person. As stated in the previous verse, the boys who served Krishna while he rested were Hatha Papmana, free from all sin. They were great souls, extremely advanced in their devotional service, each capable of purifying the entire universe. Thus, as they performed their individual services for Krishna, they felt more and more love for him, and their hearts melted in ecstasy. And again, the word Mahatmanaha applies equally well to both Krishna and his friends. In this verse, Srila Sukadeva addresses King Parikshit as Maharaj. This may mean that the pastime of Krishna is being served in royal style is fit to be heard by a king, or it may imply that kings like Parikshit Maharaj can hardly expect such a luxurious comforts, or describing to Parikshit the supreme fortune of the cowherd boys creates an upsurge of loving feelings in Sri Sukadeva's heart that makes him address Parikshit as Maharaja to attract the attention of the king, who is also overwhelmed by the bewilderment of pure prema. Or Sukadeva calls Parikshit Maharaja, the best of the royal class, because only King Parikshit is competent to understand the sublime good fortune of these cowherd boys. Or else the term may indicate that the fondness cherished by the cowherd boys for Krishna is supremely splendid. It is the Maharaj of loving sentiments. Although this sneha, or love, is always present within the boys, in this setting, the intimate service, it now rises to the peak of its potency. It indicates with infinite brilliance, leaving all contamination behind. Okay, I'm going to stop now. We got medicine time. Thank you, anybody who's listening. Sorry for all the interruptions of the internet. I have no control over that at the moment.